Oh, there it is. Oh, yep. That thing is back.
Just now, an astonishing update has rocked the world. Mireya Mayer has announced the discovery of Bigfoot. This groundbreaking evidence found deep in the heart of Texas transforms tales and whispers into undeniable reality.
Hear that?
Over 10,000 people have claimed to see Bigfoot, making every shadow and rustle in the woods a subject of immense curiosity and fear.
I see movement, but I'm not picking up a heat signature.
What if what they saw is more terrifying than we ever imagined? Tune in as we explore what Mireya Mayer really exposed: clear signs from the forest. In a surprising turn of events, news from Texas has confirmed that Bigfoot is no longer just a myth. A dedicated tracker has finally captured clear evidence that Bigfoot might be real. Did you know that Washington has the most Bigfoot sightings in the U.S., with 676 reported cases? California comes in second with 445. These aren't just campfire stories either. More than 10,000 people across the country have claimed to see Bigfoot, stirring up a lot of conversations and curiosity. What secrets does Bigfoot hold, and how will this change everything we know? The truth is closer than ever. For generations, Native American legends have spoken of mysterious creatures living deep in the forests. These stories have been passed down for hundreds of years. Today, we're diving into the story of one of these creatures, Bigfoot, who has captured people's imaginations for ages. It's a story that's often met with doubt, but it's about time we start taking it more seriously. Once, a hunter from Pennsylvania claimed to have captured a picture of Bigfoot. But as often happens, skeptics didn't believe him, calling the evidence weak. Over the years, many photos and videos have been shared, but they are usually dismissed as fake or unclear. However, some people won't give up. They continue to search the dense forest, convinced that the proof of Bigfoot is out there, waiting to be found.
This doesn't look like tree fall.
It's like X's from top to bottom.
It was exactly what we had seen previously on the trail, but now on a much larger scale.
But here's where things get even more interesting. Tony Harris, the lively host of The Proof is Out There, is one of the people determined to prove Bigfoot is real. He and his team don't just focus on Bigfoot, they explore all kinds of unexplained events, from ghosts to strange lights in the sky. If there's a mystery, he will investigate it. One of his most memorable cases involved meeting Stacy Brown Jr., a filmmaker and researcher who is particularly interested in Bigfoot. Her fascination with the creature started when she was young, thanks to her father. They spent many nights in the forests of Florida, tracking Bigfoot and searching for any signs of the unknown. This shared passion between father and daughter led her to continue the hunt for Bigfoot long after her father had passed. But this wasn't just a hobby for them. She and her dad were serious about their search, going deep into the woods and staying up all night in the hopes of spotting Bigfoot. They believed that if Bigfoot was real, it was hiding in these wild, unexplored places. Some say Bigfoot is most active at night, possibly to stay hidden from humans or to hunt in the dark. This nighttime behavior makes it even harder to find concrete evidence. Still, despite the challenges, both he and she are determined to keep looking. They're always ready to follow any lead, whether it's strange sounds coming from the forest or large, unusual footprints left behind. Every clue brings them one step closer to solving the mystery of Bigfoot. She clearly remembers one afternoon when her dad called her just before lunch with an unexpected idea. Her dad asked if she wanted to spend the evening in the woods searching for Bigfoot. She, already excited about these kinds of trips, said yes without hesitation. These adventures were more than just exciting for her, they were a way for her and her dad to grow closer. They both loved exploring the unknown, and these trips helped them bond in a special way. She grew up in a small town where stories about strange creatures in the woods were common. Hearing these tales as a kid shaped how she saw the forest. While many people felt nervous or scared in dark, quiet woods, she found comfort there. She had spent so much time exploring that she felt like she could sense things others couldn't. She even believed she might one day find the creature from the local legends. But nothing could have prepared her or her dad for what happened one summer day in 2012. That day, she felt unusually confident, especially because she had just bought a new thermal camera to record their adventure. But as they went deeper into the forest, something strange happened. The camera stopped working. Her dad, who was usually the calm and brave one, suddenly became serious and asked if she had brought a gun. She was surprised to see her dad, a former Army Ranger, looking so worried. It made her wonder if they were really safe in the woods. The forest around them became strangely quiet except for the occasional sound of footsteps. It seemed like something was running from one side to the other as if circling them. At one point, her dad looked up into the trees and said he saw something, but whatever it was disappeared quickly. The feeling that they were being watched stayed with them. Nervously, they rushed back to their truck, unsure of what had just happened. The search deepens in the quiet forest, chasing echoes of the unknown. The hunt for a forest giant. When they checked the footage from the thermal camera, she couldn't believe what she saw. The footage showed a figure moving through the trees, and it looked like the creature from the old stories. This discovery filled her with excitement. She wanted to go back to the woods and find more evidence, but her dad wasn't so sure. Still, she felt drawn to the forest, convinced that there was something out there waiting to be discovered. But this wasn't the worst part. The next time they went into the woods, the atmosphere felt different. The trees seemed taller, their shadows blocking out the sunlight. Mist covered the ground, making it hard to see ahead, but they continued deeper into the forest. Then, through the fog, they saw something, a large figure quickly moving between the trees.
It takes off and crosses this gap, and he goes into full-blown panic mode. The camera goes dead. He's like, we gotta go, we gotta go. He's like, do you got your...
Her heart raced with excitement, but her dad, always careful, suggested they should leave. She wasn't ready to go just yet. Even after they got home, she couldn't stop thinking about what they had seen. She reviewed the footage over and over, convinced they had proof of the creature's existence. She became even more determined to return to the forest, no matter how risky it might be, to find out the truth. Her dad, however, wasn't sure they should keep doing these dangerous trips. But for her, the woods had taken on a whole new meaning, a place where the ordinary world disappeared and something far more incredible waited in the shadows. In the dim light of the truck, the father shrugged in response to the question, showing clearly that he didn't want to go back to the site. "If you really want to, you can go back by yourself," he said, making it obvious he had no intention of returning. She, frustrated but also scared to go alone, sent the video to Cliff Barackman, a well-known Bigfoot researcher. He was immediately interested and eager to investigate further. Unfortunately, neither she nor her father felt ready to go back. He, however, had the courage and experience they lacked. He started planning a detailed investigation, hoping to uncover more evidence of Bigfoot. She felt a sense of relief and happiness knowing someone with more knowledge was now in charge, since she and her father weren't up for the challenge. That same summer, Doug Teague had an experience he never expected during a simple walk with his dog Daisy. While others were often skeptical, she and her father had always believed in the video they had, seeing it as clear proof of Bigfoot. Their belief was only strengthened by an incident in 2019 when he and the dog went walking in the woods near their home in Hickory, North Carolina. What began as a peaceful nature walk took a strange turn when he noticed unusual sounds. Knocks he first thought were from a woodpecker and a rock that seemed to roll down a hill. At first he brushed it off, but soon loud grunts filled the air, making him freeze in surprise. He quickly took out his phone and recorded what he believed to be a large, shadowy figure moving through the trees. Though the video was blurry, he was sure of what he had seen. Shaken, he hurried home with the dog, trying to calm both of them down. Once home, he described the creature as big, dark, and shiny, almost like an 8-foot-tall gorilla, though he guessed it might be closer to 7 feet. He also commented that no store-bought costume could fit something that big. Though the video was unclear, the sighting added more fuel to the ongoing debate about Bigfoot. But the blurry video wasn't the worst part. He shared that before he started recording, the creature had been even more active. He said that at first he thought the sounds were just knocks from a woodpecker, but then he realized a rock had been thrown in his direction. This kind of behavior is often linked to Bigfoot sightings. Together with the video, this experience made him believe even more that Bigfoot could be real. His story became part of a growing list of accounts, and even though the footage wasn't clear, it sparked more discussions about this mysterious creature in the woods. In a quiet, hidden corner of North Carolina's thick forest, strange, loud noises echoed down the hillside. He couldn't tell if they were coming from an animal or something unknown, something mysterious that people sometimes whispered about.
I literally can't see anything.
He thought about telling Cliff Barackman, who had spent years researching the area, but he wasn't sure if Cliff would be interested in just hearing about some strange sounds. He was deeply focused on his search for Bigfoot, the legendary creature said to live in these woods since the early 1800s. One day while he was exploring, another adventurer named Ben Cart told him about several sightings of a local Bigfoot known as Nye in the same area where he was camped out. Curious about the noises, he set up his recording equipment hoping to catch some sign of Bigfoot. His efforts paid off when he found large footprints and even got video footage of what might be the elusive creature. On a hot summer day, he reviewed the casts and video he had collected. He got excited when he noticed the footprints were very similar to others that had already been verified as real. But this wasn't the most surprising part. As the team shifted their focus based on these new clues, the mystery deepened. Another team member thought his video wasn't very clear but found the footprint casts impressive. He reminded everyone to be careful, especially at night since Bigfoot was believed to be active after dark, either hunting or trying to avoid humans. He also pointed out that in the past, people had made fake footprints to throw off investigators. Encouraged by what they had found so far, the team reached out to C. Strain, a well-known expert in the field, to see if he could confirm that what they had discovered might be more than just one creature. They began to wonder if Bigfoot could be part of a larger group living in the forest rather than a lone being. Each new clue makes the forest mystery even bigger. Clues and controversy in the woods. Kathy, an experienced anthropologist, took a close look at the footprints Doug had brought in. The way the toes were shaped and the size of the prints made her think they might belong to a large human-like creature that could have lived in these woods for a long time. She was pretty sure his evidence was real, but this wasn't the end of the debate. Lucy Eckersley, a wildlife biologist on the team, wasn't as convinced. She was more focused on the distance between the footprints, which seemed much farther apart than what was typical for any known animal in the area. She also noted that the prints didn't show human features like a clear chin or cranium, making her question what they were really dealing with. Despite the mixed opinions, the team was energized by their discoveries and determined to keep searching for answers. They believed they might be on the verge of proving that Bigfoot was real. Even though they knew the road ahead would be tough, the possibility of making such a groundbreaking discovery pushed them to keep exploring the unexplained mysteries of the forest. In the midst of their investigation, if the disturbances had been significant, it would have been expected that his dog would display noticeable signs of distress. Under such circumstances, the dog ought to have appeared anxious and uneasy. However, for his friend Kathy, the necessity for concrete proof that something out of the ordinary had indeed occurred was paramount. The situation, though, was far from straightforward. As the investigation continued, the team dedicated several days to meticulously comb through the forest, carefully analyzing each clue they encountered. With every new piece of evidence, their understanding deepened, yet this only led to more questions. The forest, shrouded in its own silence, seemed to conceal countless secrets. Even the faintest sound could potentially be significant, ensuring that the team remained vigilant throughout their search. Tension was evident between her and Lucy Eckersley during the investigation. Upon discovering the footprints, she was quick to suggest that these were evidence of a new giant creature inhabiting the forest. She was convinced that the 15-inch-long footprints, complete with discernible toes and a heel, were substantial proof supporting his previous sighting. However, Lucy remained skeptical and demanded further evidence. Her insistence on verification pushed the team to scrutinize each clue more closely, combining their natural curiosity with a rigorous scientific approach to ensure their findings were sound and reliable. This methodical scrutiny was essential as they navigated through the complexities of their quest, aiming to blend thorough investigation with open-minded exploration. But the most surprising moments were still ahead. Over the next few days, the team noticed small signs of movement and found more tracks. They started thinking about how a creature like this could affect the environment around it. Every new clue made the mystery even bigger, turning their search into an exciting journey. They weren't just trying to prove or disprove a theory anymore. They were uncovering the deeper connections in the forest, where every shadow or rustling leaf could be hiding something important. Based on the footprints, the group guessed the creature might be 15 feet tall, judging by the stride length. However, they couldn't be sure of the animal's size because the video footage they had was unclear. It showed something large, but not enough detail to confirm anything for sure. Her observations sparked a new debate among the group, making them rethink their findings. Was this really a footprint, or was it just a trick of the eye? One thing she brought up that puzzled everyone was his dog, Daisy. The footage showed something strange, but Daisy remained calm. Normally, a dog would react to a large, unfamiliar animal. However, she was quiet. Could she have been trained to be calm? Maybe. But even then, it was odd. But this wasn't the only strange part. Was it really Bigfoot, or could it be something else, like a large bear? Dogs have an incredible sense of smell, and if this creature was something new like a Sasquatch with a completely different scent from humans, the dog should have reacted. And yet his account made the bear theory tricky. He mentioned the creature had thrown rocks, which bears simply don't do. Because they don't have opposable thumbs, they can't do certain things. But she had a different idea. She thought it might be a silverback gorilla because of its hunched posture and messy appearance. These gorillas, known for the silver fur on their backs, can throw objects with their hands, which makes them good candidates for hurling stones. Seeing that the creature was bent over and covered in fur, she considered the possibility that it could be a silverback gorilla, which is often seen in such a posture. But silverback gorillas don't live in the area where he saw this creature, which only made things more confusing. If it wasn't a gorilla, then what could it be? This question added even more mystery to a strange encounter in the woods. Could it be a new species that no one had ever discovered before? Even the dog, the usually calm dog with a sharp nose, noticed something different about the scent. It was strange but not scary, which made them wonder if this creature could be some sort of unknown animal, or maybe even the legendary Sasquatch that people have been talking about for years. She also thought about whether he had seen someone pretending to be Bigfoot by wearing a costume. People had tried that trick before. Even after watching the video, he, Lucy, and Kate weren't sure what to believe. Another team member who looked at the footage and checked out a footprint cast didn't think it showed Bigfoot. While the initial clues were exciting, the poor video quality and unclear evidence didn't prove anything. He even suggested that it might all have been a staged hoax. He thought that someone in a costume had set up a fake Bigfoot sighting just to get it on video. This made the group question their findings and feel less excited about what they had seen. But that wasn't the worst part. They started to realize just how easy it is to trick people with stunts like this. They couldn't help but think about how many other sightings might also be fake, which made them even more determined to find real proof. It was frustrating for those who really wanted to believe, but they couldn't just ignore every possibility. What if, after all, the creature he saw was truly the mysterious being that roams the forests of North Carolina? Maybe even Bigfoot itself? For people like him and Kate, this could still be proof of Bigfoot, and maybe in time more evidence will come to light to confirm it. What do you think? If Bigfoot were proven real, how might it reshape our understanding of evolution and anthropology? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.